It's Championship Saturday. Welcome back to the beautiful, spacious Classic Candlepins Control Center, along again with our impartial expert analyst, Frank DeLuca. Frank, we're here to talk about our championship match. We saw the scoundrel, the house bowler, Mark Ricci, in a semifinal victory over Dave Godwin, and now he'll go against Nick Zuffelato. As Mark said last week in our post-match, he threw in the 10 strings to qualify for this show. Nick threw 1330. So tell our bowlers a little bit about Nick and what we should expect in this match.
Nick's a great young bowler. He's very impressive. I've had the privilege of bowling with him on the same team for the World Invitational Tournament. He's always on the head pin, very accurate, breaks up a lot of splits and carries them for spares. A very tough competitor, Nick Zuffelato.
He has kind of an what I would call a little unorthodox delivery. Very short approach, but
sure.
You can't even hear the ball hit the lane.
Very smooth bowler. He's got a little bit of the left to right curve, as we've talked about in previous episodes, and I think it works for him.
And plus, you saw one of his 200 strings, right?
Yes, I actually was. Watched him bowl a 200 string, which is his high single, at his home lanes in Peabody. He needed an 8 fill on the spare to reach that 200, and he did. It was very impressive, very exciting to watch.
So an exhibition of him being clutch too, when it really counts.
Absolutely, because that also put him in the top position for the tournament.
Excellent. All right. So this should be a great match then.
I agree.
All right. It's like I said, it's the championship match. Number 2, Mark Ricci, second seed, facing number 1, Nick Zuffelato, will be back here in the beautiful, friendly confines of this Classic Candlepins Control Center after the match. We'll see you then. It's Saturday night, and it means that it's Ladder Championship Saturday here on Classic Candlepins from downtown Amesbury. For the entire crew and my partner, Rich Lamoni, my name is Kyle Bruce. We're excited to present 3 strings of candlepin bowling with total pinfall determining our winner. Last week we saw our number 2 seed, Mark Ricci, who's, as you've said, is a newcomer to our sport and to this building, and he's moved on to our final. And what can you tell us about our top seed, Nick Zuffelato, who's really bowled very well?
Watching him in the qualifier and watching him in the finals, I mean, he hit everything. If there was a spare leave, whether it was difficult, whether it was easy, it went down. It's some of the best bowling I've ever seen him throw on the lanes. I'm glad that he did it here, and he did not do it against us Friday night a day ago. So, that works out for me because our team did well. So, I'm going to zing as many people as I can up here. So it should be an interesting match. With how well he's bowled, Mark's got his work cut out for him today.
I think it should be a great match. I'm glad that you're here with us for our Ladder Championship. We look forward to presenting this to you, and Mark Ricci will throw our first ball right after this timeout.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids. Like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family. The first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us. Invest in us. Watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Our Ladder Championship begins with Mark Ricci on lane 7. Mark threw a 364 last week. Mark, the owner of a 128 league average.
And this establishment.
Well,
that too.
We don't want to say that. heavy on number one that time. A high single of 207 and a world record high triple of 519. And he starts this match off with a 9. Mark lives here in Amesbury. He's 33, father of 2. He's engaged to our director today, who is an excellent Candlepin bowler in her own right. And he starts his work on lane 6 with a bomb. And we present our number 1 seed from Peabody, Mass., Nick Zuffelato. As you can see, he throws a very nice ball as he has the 10 pin to pick up for. Yes.
All over it.
Nick has an interesting approach. His first step is very short, and his second and third are much longer. Has a beautiful follow through. Bonus. And he's off the head pin that time, and he fills it with 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 7 pin. And with an approach that compact, he leaves little room for error, you know, so he's so much shorter than a lot of other bowlers, where if others aren't perfect, then they're off, where he can make up for that because it's so short.
Score that a 9. He's 23 after 2. Spare leave the 2-4. Slid by that time, so
Finishes with an 8 fill on the strike. He's 27 after 2.
and he's a little upset with himself that time, as he has 8 to bring him to 35. In the World's Tournament, he was singles runner-up in 07. In Halifax, the singles champion last year in Moncton, and the team's runner-up in 2011. And just like last time on lane 6, he throws the hammer. Nick Zuffalato's back up. He is the defending NBA mixed doubles champion.
A little bit off the head pin. Leaves the 4 horsemen left and the 9 pin.
Yes.
He runs it.
So just like in the first box, he has a spare on lane 7. It moves over to 6 here. See how he fills his bonus ball. And he's got a split.
Leaves the 4, 6, 7, 10.
Nick actually works at the bowling alley in Peabody.
and took out the left side, so puts him to 47 after 4. Mark is back up with 2 bonus balls to add to the strike he put up in the 4th.
It's on the head pin again. Leaves the left diamond. 2, 4, 5, 8.
He skipped that one a bit, but he does have a makeable spare leave. Slipped by the object that time, so he'll fill his strike with 8, put him to 53. $9. 62 half for the 06-07 WCBC Rookie of the Year. Mark has twice been a Pro Series champion. He won skins at Millis Lanes and doubles with Peter Crawford Jr. at Lanes in Kingston, Mass. Just slid by that head pin that time. He still has 4 pins standing. That 519 world record, I believe, was at the same bowling center that Nick works at. $8. That'll put him at 70 after 6. One thing we mentioned last week we want to make our women bowlers aware of is that we're going to start roll-offs for our next ladder series for the women exclusively, first week in January. For more information on when those roll-off dates are, you can call us at 978-792-5475. You can click like on Facebook, on the Classic Candlepins Facebook page. Oh, and a terrific conversion of the high-low jack.
That's a great shot.
Spare in the 5th. I don't even think he needed the wood for that.
No, that probably would have gone just the way he drew it up.
And he's got the 4 horsemen to deal with. 1, 3, 6, and 10.
Nick takes an early 1-pin lead after box is completed.
Outside and couldn't carry the 3. He went the way that you think you should do it.
I like going outside on it.
$10. The lead is 3. 6 boxes into our ladder championship on Classic Candlepins. Our entire crew and Rich, myself, delighted to have you with us, as we are every week, to support the great sport of candlepin bowling.
Crushes the head
And
pin.
big hit, the 10 pin. Mark taking an extra moment here. Put it down. That is Mark's first spare. First mark on lane 7, which makes him 80 plus a ball.
This is already shaping up to be an amazing match.
Oh, I've got 2 quality candlepin bowlers. That's all you can ask for. And he bounced that one a bit, and that took the bit of the roll off of it, and he has a split.
Well, that and the fact that you got Nick making marks in the 1/3 and 5th and Mark in the 2nd and 4th, so every other box we're getting treated to marks.
This is true. By Mark. Oh!
Wow. Unbelievable.
Very nearly a tremendous shot. Well, it was a great shot anyway, but he leaves the 7-pin. $10, 96. Nick is back up and box is completed as a 3-pin lead. Off the head pin that time, and he has the 4 horsemen plus the 5 and 9. Just slid by that head pin. So he'll be open opposite Mark's spare 6. Nick using a very short approach. Very smooth in that follow through, and settles in with a 9, puts him at 82, and Mark has the 4-pin advantage. Thin hit that time.
At least left 4 horsemen right, and the 4, 7, 8.
Took care of the triangle. That one got away from him a bit. Went outside and got the 4 horsemen for the 10. Puts him at 92 after 8 and a 4-pin advantage for Mark, as he is the final 2 boxes of our first string ladder championship. Glad to have you with us.
Mark on the head pin again. Leaves 3 of the 4 horsemen. 3, 6, and 10.
Mark finished second in our roll-off with a 631 score. Yes. Spare in the 9th, 106 plus a ball.
Second spare, 4th mark of the string.
You read my mind. Bonus. 1, 2, 7, 10. Puts him at 112 right now. Yes.
Runs it. What a shot.
Nice shot to conclude our first string. He's 122 plus a ball. His league average, 128. Little full, carries 6. And puts him right at that 128 average. Nick is back up. He's at 92. His average is 122. His high 5 is a 683, and his high 10 a 1289. But like Mark said at the conclusion of our semifinal last week, Nick in the 10 strings he bowled for the semifinal, roll off in the final, he threw 1330, so we know that his ball works at this bowling center. Yes!
Nice shot.
A tremendous shot. He put it exactly where he wanted to. He was opposite a pair of spares by Mark to close out the first string, and he knew he needed to do something to keep pace. bite hit.
Carries the 9-pin. Almost looked like he left the half Worcester, the 2 pins. 3 and 9.
Single pane to convert. That one got away. So Mark Ricci will have a lead going into our second string. Score that a 9 and a 120 for our top seed. So at the conclusion of our first match, we'll take a pause. Mark Ricci's at 128, Nick Zuffalato's at 120. We'll be back with the start of our second string right after this timeout. We're back to start the second string of our ladder championship. Nick Zuffalato's the top seed. That means he'll bowl first, trailing by 8.
A little bit off the head pin. Leaves at 1, 3, 4, 6, and 7. Right in the pocket. Ends up leaving in 4 and 7. Almost converted it for the spare.
$10 to get us started. Nick wrote down on his sheet here that not only does he enjoy video games a lot, but baseball is his favorite sport. I should ask him, if time permits, what he thinks of the Red Sox potential deals here as the GM meetings will start next week. Single pin to pick up.
I think they have a great outlook.
Yes.
Nice shot.
His 5th mark of the contest. They're all spares so far, and Mark Ricci from Amesbury is on the line to start his second string. Again, he's going in to the second string, leading by 8. Big hit. The 10 pin with double wood in the channel.
At least they got out of the way. They were looking like they were going to be a roadblock.
Yes.
Converts it.
Bonus. Bounced it at the line, a thin hit, just 4.
He's got the 4 horsemen right, piece of wood behind, angled behind the 6 pin, and he's got the 7 and 8 as well.
It may not be bad if he goes inside and takes the 6. That could take out the 7, 8. But he's heavy on the head pin.
He did push the lead to 12.
And a 7 box. At 21, not sure if the mic picked up on it, but he was not happy with the way that 3rd ball did not bail him out here. Nick is back up, working in a spare in the 2nd.
Big fill here, he can take the lead.
Buries it in the pocket, he's got the solid 6. Yes.
On it, 2 in a row. 6th mark of the day.
Still looking for the elusive hammer.
Yeah, I'll take 9 drops all day.
Didn't hit that time, just 3. Puts him up to 39.
Took out the 2, the 5, and the 8, which is a tough shot in its own right.
It is. And he goes through the hole. But in boxes completed,
We got a
Mark
tie.
is up by 3. Nice out for a 9, puts him at 48.
What did you finish with that last box? 9? They were tied after 2 boxes.
Oh, a great bid. And a 9 box will put him at 30.
Nick has a 4-pin lead early in the string.
Mark's looking at a split. 4, 7, and the 10. Couple pieces of wood. So there are some possibilities.
He's going to have to get it moving, though. Which he's been known to do.
I couldn't quite do it that time. And he lost that one in the channel, so we're going to score that one at 9. Which brings us to our break. Now the 4 boxes completed, the second string of our ladder championship. Nick Zuffelato at 51, Mark Ricci's at 39, and we'll be back with the conclusion of our second string right after this timeout. Nick Zuffelato is back up to finish our second string of our championship match. Has a 4-pin lead and has 1, 2, 4, and 8 to convert for a spare. Nick, the owner of a 200 high single and a 474 high triple, was looking to get that wood to come back to get the head pin, but no joy on that. All over it for a 10.
He's going to move over to lane 6 and try his luck over there.
One, 3, 6 for a spare here. Pretty consistent. He was 63 at the half, our first string, and right around the 6. $10. Pair of them to put him at 71 after 6. Mark's had a bit of a slow start here in the second string, but this is a tight match, and he's accustomed to put up some big numbers. What happened?
That was exactly what we want here. Nice tight match.
Absolutely. And the bomb. He was looking for it. He got it. And that's his third strike of the match.
This should swing the lead back in his favor.
Opposite a pair of opens here.
Double.
Looking for the double, and he got it.
That is our first double on the show, is it not?
I believe that it is, yes.
Definitely the first today. I don't think we had one last week. Our last taping.
Oh, very nearly a strike, and Nick will have the solid 6-pin to look at. Yes.
That's a great job coming back after a double. You know, just throws a great ball, gets it in there, gets a 9-drop, converts it. Effectively nullifying some of the fill that's going to happen after the double.
Well, that's the thing with the double. As Nick has a triangle to look at. Puts him to 88. As the first ball after you throw the double is the big one.
Absolutely. Oh. Wow. That piece of wood ruined it for him.
$10 will put him at 98 after 8. And again, we're going to add 20 to this first ball that Mark has. And big turning point in the match here. Looks good. Triangle left, 2-4-5.
66 half. Puts the lead overall at 13 pins for Mark.
Yes.
Converts the triangle. Quickly push that lead up to 23 pins.
So we're at 96 plus a ball.
Right in there.
Big 9. Yes.
3 in a row. 4 in a row. The double went so quickly I counted it as 1.
Puts him up to 115 plus a ball, so I believe it's 25 plus that ball that Mark will have.
You are correct.
Nick to close out our second string, and he has a strike. He will not go away quietly. He is an excellent Candlepin bowler. That's why he's our #1 seed. That's why he's on Classic Candlepins. First bonus ball. Nets him 6.
Nick reminds me of the kid at the playground, the basketball courts. Play anybody. He'll walk up to a 7-footer. You want to play? We'll play. You want to bowl? We'll bowl. He'll challenge anyone. You know, his desire is just amazing. You know, and you need that confidence if you're going to do something like this.
$10 will finish this second string for Nick at 127. Puts him at 247 after 2. Mark's at 115 plus a ball. Bounces it up there and nearly has a bomb. He has the solid 6-pin already at 124. And he had a 128 opening string. There it is. He was opposite the strike 9 that Nick put up, so he's at 134 plus a ball right now. And this time he's through the middle. .29 the lead.
Finishes with an 8 box. Follows up his 128 with a 146.
And a 2-string total.
274.
So 27 pin advantage as we go into our third and final string to decide our ladder champion on Classic Candlepins. Mark Ricci, 274, Nick Zuffelato, 247, and we'll step away and for our final string right after this, timeout.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible.
And then we're going to turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
What's your reaction gonna be? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
Little tadpoles, the frogs, the spiders, this is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
We are back on Classic Candlepins. Mark Ricci is on the line, leading by 27. Winner of this match is our new ladder champion. Of course, the winner of our first ladder was Jonathan Boudreau, so either way you look at it, we'll have two excellent bowlers as our champions as we're looking at parallel pins 4, 5, 7, 8, 10.
Oh, nice bid.
You were saying?
It just seemed like it should have been a better hit than that. It didn't seem that thin to me, but it is what it is. It's Candlepin.
Ball didn't work for him that time. He has a 9 box to start off this third string. Mark is the owner of a 765 high 5 and a high 10 of 1440. And another thin hit. Slipped at the line a bit and has the 4 horsemen right plus the 8 and the 10. 8 and the 4 and the 8, excuse me.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. And that's one of the things about the differences of their approaches. Nick completely minimizes the effect of the approach because his approach is so short. If a place is sticky or a place is slippery, because there's no approach, he can't possibly lose his footing. Unless he's in a puddle. Ice.
Oh. Hopefully it won't come to that. Here's Nick Zuffelato. He's trailing by 27. He's our top seed. And he's got a spare leave. He's looking at the 7-pin. That wood should not be a factor. He should have a clear shot at it.
Oh, he's got room. All over
He's
it.
all over it. Spare in the first. So if he were to put up a nice fill and another mark, cut into this lead, be a good start to this third string for him.
Good fill right here, gets it under 20 pins.
Well, he fills it with 7, but the bad news is that he has the 4, 6, and 7. What do you think?
The fact that that wood moved, it could come off the sidewall. That was the spot. That's where I would have tried to go with it too.
Not much you can do with that,
No.
but he gave it a run. Nine box will put him at 26.
It's tough too because Mark already had a spare in that box. If Mark's open in that box, you go for the 2 pins, go for the 10, so you don't lose ground. The fact that he has the spare hanging there, you gotta take the shot.
Psychology a big part in this game, and the strategy.
It's huge next week. Every pin matters.
Mark fills his spare with 8. Added a pin to his lead, but he's got 6, 7. Doable with the way the wood is angled against the 6. Let's see how he does it. Oh, went right over the
Go get it.
top.
Wow. Double
Went back
wow.
another time. And we have an appearance from the illustrious one. He was... Clears that
I take
ball,
credit
and
for that. That
As
was
you
me.
should. I mean, there was thunderous applause here.
Deafening.
Yeah. Felt like we were just at WrestleMania. 10 bucks. That'll put him at 37.
The lead is 28 for Mark right now.
On a serious note, Frank is our lob line judge and referee. He's not really wearing Argyle socks today, but perhaps he will for our next ladder series in January for the women.
That's not too bad at all, buddy.
4, 6.
Just heard a fan say that's not too bad at all. That's because he's not shooting it. That's why it's not too bad.
Well, my uncle's a man of a million words, but Mark tried to slide that 6 over to the 4. $10, 47. So Nick, trailing by 28, has a pair of 10s. If he can mark here a couple of times would be nice going into our break.
You got to go 1 out of 2 here at least.
And a big hit. He's got the 10 pin. And a nice guide. Well, it's moving away now.
Yeah, that was lined up nice a second ago.
Nick lines it up and just slid by the 10 pin. There it was. So as a bowler, was it easier for you to get up for a high pressure match where the stakes are high and you know you need to perform?
Initially, I had a problem with that, but the more I faced competition like Mark and Nick and Pete, that all went away, and the better bowlers, it's so much easier to bowl against. there's such a rhythm that you get when you're bowling against them, because they're getting marks, you're getting marks, your turn, their turn. You know, when you're bowling in your fun leagues, if you're bowling against someone that's not a professional and they're having a hard time and you get a mark, then you got to wait for them to throw their ball. Then they reset it. They throw their first ball, you're waiting. So, I mean, these guys, it's fun because it's just so fast.
We're going to go into the last break of the day, our ladder championship final. Mark Ricci, if completed boxes, leads 47-46. Nick does have a bonus ball to throw, but we'll be back with the conclusion of our match right after this timeout. We are back with the conclusion of our ladder championship final. Mark Ricci leads in the match by 28, but minus the bonus ball that Nick Zuffelato has. Fifth box, third string, lane 7.
Wow.
I'm not sure how that 6-pin...
That should totally be over. That was a strike ball all the way down.
There it is. Second mark of this third string. 57 plus a ball. Keeps the pressure on Nick. So far the difference, that double that Mark put up in the middle of this match. And that time he fills it with 3, threw that one away, but that gives him a 60 half here.
Leaves the 4 horsemen left, the 5, the 8, and the 10 as well.
Still 4 pins standing as he was a little heavy through the middle. That was a very interesting 210 conversion that time for an 8-box, which puts him at 68. Rich, how big is this bonus ball right now?
Well, it's huge in the fact that, you know, he's going to dig into that lead. If he gives himself a good leave that he can convert, he can also gain ground, because Mark only had a 3 fill in the next box.
Well, wow. Your old friend is back. 2, 4, 5, 7.
I like it.
Yes.
Right on it. 2 in a row.
So Nick is opposite the spare 3. With a good fill, he can cut into the lead even more. He leads by 5 in completed boxes in the string, which cuts it down to 22.
That's his 10th spare.
Oh, and the Wister. .39 punch out. And there's still 4 pins standing. He was right on the object too. Opposite the 8 box. And he lost a couple pins in count. So that'll put him at 70.
So
March
like a
leads
25
at
pin
25.
lead right now. Yep.
The championship boxes here.
We've seen some excellent bowling on this show so far, and we've seen 25 pin leads evaporate in 4 boxes, so it's not over yet.
Mark has a spare leave. Got some good action off the head pin that time. He's got the 1 and 3. This will really put some pressure. 2 pinner though. I should not have said it.
Yeah, but it is what It is what it is. It was a 2-pinner.
Nine box will put Mark at 77 after 7. Five, 6, 10.
Can we call Starner in for this one?
Yeah, I know, because he can make it without
great
any
at
wood.
this shot.
Twice.
Oh,
Mark nearly
so
pulled
close.
it off.
5-pin remains.
So Nick with a little breathing room here as Mark is open in the 7th and the 8th. Takes down the single, which puts him at 87 after 8. It's pressure time.
Put it off the head pin. Gets a 7 drop out of it, leaves the 1, 2, and the 10. Just missed the head pin. Spare would have been huge.
Nine will put him at 79. 25 is still the difference.
He's got to have one here.
Opposite a 10 box. And he's through the middle.
Go get it!
My goodness.
Wow. Almost converts the eagle, leaves the 10 pin.
That would have brought the house down. $10 box puts him at 89. It's still 25. We're down to our final 2 boxes of our ladder.
That could have been the type of spare that gets you going. Yeah, I know there's only 2 boxes left, but you make the eagle at a really important time. Then you gotta sit for 2 boxes. That would be the worst thing about it. Think about it. Mark is off the head pin there on lane 7. Leaves the 1, 9, and 10. Piece of wood perpendicular to the deck. To the left of the head pin. Really shouldn't help at all.
Tough shot. Mark will be open the 4th box in a row for him. And he
Mark, are you saying you went over? No, I'm saying I'm safe. Okay.
9 box puts him at 96. Spare leave.
3, 6, and 10. Piece of wood to the left of the 3 pin. It's flat. It may help. We're at a tough angle, folks. The monitor was not working correctly.
And he slides by the 3, so he's going to be open.
He may have had to go that way and not tried to be to the left of the 3 pin.
$10 puts him at 106 and a 380. Needs 34 to tie. Has a spare leave. He's got the 5-8. That's clutch. $99 plus. Very big ball here. Oh, you've got to be kidding.
Wow. I've said wow a lot today. And not because of great shots. Because of things like the 4, 8, 9, 10. With a piece of wood that is just clearly in the way. Oh, what a bid.
That will do it. Mark Ricci is our ladder champion. 10 box, 115. 362. Well, Rich, we've completed our second ladder. Mark Ricci defeats Nick Zuffelato 380 to 362. We'll be back to talk to our bowlers right after this timeout. Welcome back to the conclusion of our second ladder championship series on Classic Candlepins. We're here with our number 1 seed and runner-up for this ladder, Nick Zuffelato. And Nick, that was certainly a professional effort. It seemed like you were pinning very well. You had a couple shots that did not go your way, but it seemed like the middle part of the match, the double strike for Mark, was the pivotal point, and it was hard to play catch-up for the rest of the match.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anytime you have a double strike thrown on you, it's you got to go back and do something. I mean, Marky's been in more situations than me, and he took advantage of it. And he ran with it. That's what it comes down to.
I just thought it was interesting that considering that you're a young guy, you have the poise to compete under the lights here in downtown Amesbury, and it seemed like even though in the comeback mode that you did keep your poise and your mechanics were the same, and I thought you threw a great ball.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, it's not over until you're taking off your shoes, so I mean, keep grinding, and like you said, there were a couple shots that I felt like should have went, but who knows? It could have changed things, but like I said, hats off to Marky. He was the better bowler today. That's what it comes down to.
What do you think for next week? This is a good warm up for next week, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's right chance to perform under the lights. I mean, got to admit I was really nervous my first game, but definitely a right warm up for it.
Well, you throw a 120 in an opening game. That's not too bad under the lights.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, I can't complain about it. Just bowled well today. I just got beat by the better bowler today. That's what it comes down to.
House bowler.
Yeah, the rookie. The guy off the streets.
The rookie, guy off the streets.
Well, you're an excellent bowler. We look forward to seeing you down the road, and thank you so much for being on the show. Our top seed, let's have a hand for Nick Zuffelato.
We're starting to loosen up. That's what's going on.
And now we have our ladder champion.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Mark Ricci. We just mentioned it, or I just mentioned it, I should say. The middle part of that second string is where you really seem to take control. You have the double, you have the good fill to go along with that double to really make it count. And it seemed like when you had that deficit, you really made it count.
Yeah, you throw a double in the middle of a string, it's huge. Double strikes on the end of the 10th box, something like that, it's nice to get 20 in the box, but when you put a double in the middle, you can really take advantage of it. And then to get 7, and then the spare, and then to drop 9, make another spare, you just get going. And it was just good to feel that flow at a time when the match was still close, and you throw some big marks like that and then start to pull away. Even going into the last game, though, at the end when he made a spare in the 9th box, all he needs is a double. He throws his own double, and all of a sudden, I may not be standing here right now. But it was huge. That 6-box stretch was awesome. It really worked out well.
Well, that was, like you said, not only did it work out well, but we talked a little bit about it after the double, that it's so important, that first ball after the double.
Yes.
And you went on that string of marks and really kept it up. I know Rich is dying to ask you something about.
I don't even want to hear it.
I was going to say.
No, last week I was the new guy. Now this week I'm the house bowler. Wow.
This is your house. You own it.
I know.
You showed how well you bowl here, how you own this house. You're the first person to upset a higher seed.
Yes.
What is it? You know, what's the formula? Everyone wants to know.
Just pound the head pin. I don't care who you're bowling. I don't care if it's Dave Godwin. I don't care if it's Nick Zuffelato. I don't care. You just keep pounding the head pin, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, then, you know, second place. But not today. It was kind of good. Just kept pounding and pounding it. Get a break, jump on it. That's what house bowlers do.
That's a good response. That's well deserved.
Thank you, sir.
I got nothing else to say. I'm done.
Well, I thought that was a great question, or a great comment, and that was excellent bowling from you.
Thank you.
Our second ladder champion of the season, and we look forward to seeing you in January. Remember, the women will be bowling in January, and if you please call 792-5475, area code 978, or check out Classic Candlepins on Facebook for more information. And speaking for Rich, our entire crew, my name is Kyle Bruce. We look forward to seeing you next time on Classic Candlepins.
This ladder was awesome.
So, welcome back to the Classic Candlepins Control Center. Another ladder is completed on our show, and Frank DeLuca, Mark Ricci, is the ladder champion. 380 to 362, and quite a finish.
Quite a close match as well. They kind of both stuck with each other. A lot of marks, a lot of high scoring, impressive bowling.
Well, it seemed like when Mark threw the double in the second string that, you know, that kind of gave him breathing room, and Nick had some trouble breaking that gap.
Catching up to him, right?
Right.
Because once Mark threw the double, he didn't stop there. So, and that's the type of bowler Mark is.
Well, certainly I have to take responsibility for kidding about Mark and his, you know, being somewhat affiliated with the building in which the show is filmed, but I'm going on record as saying that Mark Ricci is one of the best 10 American bowlers that there are, period. I'd like to hear your feedback. You can email us at classiccandlepins@comcast.net. You can comment on our YouTube page. You can comment on our Facebook page. You can even call the lanes, except I won't be there. But our next ladder is going to be the women. So that those roll-offs should be starting in January, and I certainly look forward to that.
Absolutely.
Yes. Hopefully the women will come out for that programming. And again, ladder 2, Mark Ricci is our ladder champion, 380 to 362 over Nick Zuffelato. For our entire crew and our impartial expert analyst, Frank DeLuca, I'm Kyle Bruce. We'll see you next time from downtown Amesburg.